Beloved North Carolina pastor, wife, and mother tragically killed by teen relative. A North Carolina community is grieving after a pastor, his wife, and his elderly mother were killed in a shocking act of violence allegedly carried out by their 15-year-old nephew. The Harnett County Sheriff's Office confirmed that Pastor Danny Richards, 57, his wife, Sabrina Richards, 54, and his mother, Clara Richards, 74, were fatally shot inside the family's home on Kentucky Derby Drive in the Trotters Ridge neighborhood near Anderson Creek. Authorities say the suspect, Danny and Sabrina's teenage nephew, who had been living with them, opened fire inside the home. A brave 10-year-old cousin called 911 to report the tragedy, telling dispatchers that several family members had been shot. The child was not harmed. When deputies arrived, Danny and Sabrina Richards were pronounced dead at the scene. Clara Richards was rushed to Womack Army Medical Center at Fort Bragg but later died from her injuries. The suspect fled in a vehicle but was located hours later after abandoning the car in nearby woods. He was taken into custody and is now facing 3 counts of first-degree murder, as well as charges of attempted murder and assault with a deadly weapon. Because of his age, his name has not been released. A legacy of faith and service. Pastor Danny Richards founded Genesis Grace Ministry in Fayetteville, a church with a heart for outreach. The ministry was known for serving the homeless and marginalized, reflecting Christ's call to care for the least of these. Friends say Danny embodied humility, preferring to serve quietly rather than seek attention. He didn't want the spotlight, he wanted to do the work, said Debbie Brown, chairperson of the Cumberland County Continuum of Care on Homelessness, where Richards actively served. He wanted to impact his community in all aspects. Their absence will be deeply felt by all who knew and loved them. Both Danny and Sabrina Richards were U.S. Army veterans who had served tours in Iraq and Afghanistan. Their military service, paired with their ministry, reflected lives marked by sacrifice and a desire to make a difference in the world around them. Community in mourning. The devastating news has left the Fayetteville faith community stunned. Neighbors recalled that the couple had lovingly welcomed their nephew into their home, only to see their lives end in tragedy. The church and local service groups where the Richards invested so much of their time and energy are now left trying to process their loss. Clara Richards, remembered as a kind and prayerful mother, was also a cherished figure in the community. Her passing added yet another layer of grief for a family already beloved for their service and faith. Calling for prayer. As investigators work through the case, many are urging prayer for the Richards family, their church, and the wider community, shaken by the violence. In this time of sorrow, I invite you to hold their family, friends, and our community in your thoughts and prayers in whatever way is meaningful to you, Brown said. For those who knew Danny, Sabrina, and Clara Richards, their lives left behind a testimony of faith, service, and love. While the community struggles to understand the tragedy, many are leaning on the hope of Christ, the same hope Pastor Richards spent his life sharing with others.